So I guess I gotta get off my high horse for a second. Let's get down in the mud.
I think it's time to hold all of them accountable. Here, for example, is Denims, aka Hassan Waiting Room, watching Bad Empanada talk about the state of our house and how we take care of our kids. Let's take a look.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it, or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit.
So apparently this Denims, she just uncritically believes anything that she's told. Oh, you just said something? I'm just going to believe it. Just for the fuck of it. Yeah, I'm just going to believe any bullshit I hear uncritically.
This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have mold Mondays. Now we have shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
Now at this point, as he continues, notice the chat is almost in complete universal agreement. Call CPS. Call child endangerment. CPS, social services. Bro needs to unironically call CPS. That's child endangerment. Okay, if his kids have Giardia, they need to be taken away. Actual worst father ever, etc., etc. I'll let the chat play for you, but you can see just how crazed this community is. And once again, this is Denim's chat from the 1st. The call came on the 3rd.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, playing...
No wonder this motherfucker's always sick, yeah. Yeah, it all makes sense now.
By the way, these people can't keep their talking points straight. On one hand, it's we don't raise our kids and our house is just run by nannies and housekeepers. But on the other hand, we also keep our house so dirty that there's dog shit everywhere. I mean, what are the housekeepers and nannies doing?
It all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening?
Yeah, you should be asking how is that happening. When it comes to Bad Empanada, why are you listening to this motherfucker? Bad Empanada, you know, he wants to try to say any damn thing. I'd be like, you know, bitch, shut the fuck up. Bad Empanada, he told you he was bad. Bad is in his name. Is nobody around here committed to goodness? Am I the last honest man standing? This Bad Empanada, he's a fake laughing motherfucker. It's like they want to be the cool kids. It's like they want to be the cool kids. Devil Ants Hatfield. Fuck the Hatfields. Didn't anybody see the damn miniseries? I've never met a goddamn Hatfield that was worth a fuck. Now, to be fair, I've only met one Hatfield, and she was a big old fat mean mother. So, it's 0 to 1, Hatfields. Y'all need to really up your game. The point is this. Devil Ants. Hatfield was literally a devil. The shoe fucking fit. Bad Empanada has already told you that he's an evil motherfucker. You can't go any lower than a scum-sucking douchebag. You can't go any fucking lower.
How is this happening?
I have a 10-month-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old who are in school. Of course I'm sick all the time. Once again, these childless people.
So it's incredible that Denims is trying to break up this family. Why? Because y'all got into some sort of argument about policy or something?
Elevated by Hassan, Matt Lieb, Denims, and tons of creators, leftist creators, all over the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone else, please welcome Bad Empanada.
Bad Empanada's been going crazy at Ethan on the second channel. Well, yeah, because
So, old Tits McGee, right? Old Tiny Tits, Tater Tots. All she would have to do is just yo-yo. She could just play with a yo-yo. She could just chew gum. She could just sit there and look pretty. She could watch any stupid clip in the universe. Get any goddamn clip, watch the clip, and still get a ton of attention. She don't need to be fucking with people's families. She don't need to be fucking with people's kids. She don't need to be home wrecking. It's like, get a fucking life. This Denims is actually obsessed with Ethan Klein. Look at all these videos that she's done of Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein lied to Sam Cedar. Ethan Klein threatens to sue Denims. Ethan Klein exposes a former fan. Ethan Klein obsessed with Hassan Piker. Ethan Klein. Like, latest stories about H3 Snark. Ethan Klein to subpoena H3 Snark. Ethan Klein. It's like, fucking shit, talk about a goddamn obsession. Ethan Klein attacks Denims. Ethan Klein is too afraid. Exposing Ethan Klein. God damn. Debate me, Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein nuke is not very good. Ethan Klein. Content nuke Markiplier. Ethan Klein. Ethan's IG stories about Denims. God damn. Like, fucking shit. What is wrong with this? Ethan Klein attacks Caroline again. That was awful. Our response to Mika's rhetoric. Ethan Klein meltdown. Ethan Klein coat posting. Ethan Klein deranged stream. Ethan Klein. Holy fuck. This is on her main, you know. Does she have no live? So this is some fucked up shit here, boy.
Ethan Klein is too afraid to talk to Bad Empanada or talk about Bad Empanada or watch any of his videos. So fucking milk that guy, dude. Hell yeah, Bad Empanada, go in.
Can we just, like, can Zach...
This dude.
So, I don't understand why Denims is so obsessed with Ethan Klein. When she gets a couple of clicks, is this just like some fucking start over a goddamn argument? Like, what is the fucking point? What is Denims trying to do? This isn't just Denims that's dogpiling Ethan Klein. There's actually like so many random ass streamers out there that's just goddamn dogpiling the shit out of Ethan Klein. Like, dogpiling the shit out of him. Has she ever donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity? I just want to know what motivates this Denim to fuck over her neighbors. Aren't you supposed to treat others like you want to be treated yourself? I mean, why be good when you could just be a total pile of shit? It's like she's just dogpiling on the Ethan Klein until something terrible fucking happens to him. Remember, somebody said that the video was underwhelming. This is so underwhelming. A content nuke is just, he put a bunch of content in it, and it didn't even seem like it was a, like a total destroyer. It wasn't like he was out for blood. If anything, he's just kind of pointing out different perspectives that Hassan was pointing out. Now, growing up, I guess I was kind of a cool kid, kind of a nerd. So Hassan would be my yin and Ethan would be my yang, maybe? I don't know. But as I get older, the so-called cool kids really weren't cool kids. I would say that they were middle-class kids. They were middle-class kids who had loving parents, like Clarence. His name is Clarence, and he had a good school. The cool kids were just middle-class kids who had loving parents who could afford decent clothes. So they looked good, but they were vapid. They were empty. They weren't cool kids. They were the asshole kids. They were a bunch of soulless savages, a bunch of barbaric troglodyte. Mean motherfucking Neanderthals. Just a bunch of fucking pigs loving their own slop.
Bad Empanada. I don't know if you guys know who that is. he's like actually psychotic, and he's been making a lot of hate videos about me and calling Ela a terrorist and baby killer and all.
Dude, every time Ethan Klein brings up Bad Empanada, I like him a little bit more. That's the truth. I didn't really have strong opinions on him, and every time he brings him up, I'm like, stop making him sound base, man. Come on. Stop.
Bad Empanada has put out a video about H3H3, and this is just for my own pleasure that we're going to watch it, because whenever Bad Empanada attacks H3H3, H3H3 has like a mental breakdown, and every time I watch this, it causes them to have even more of a mental breakdown.
On this Turk versus moron.
So we're aiming for mental breakdowns.
Willie Mac show. Slob YouTube Willie Mac show made a video covering the Gaza genocide because he noticed that putting Hassan's name in the title gets him more views than usual. It went about as well as you'd expect. Oh, dude. Okay. Okay, critical support the Bad Empanada has gone up by wide margins now. Okay. Oh, this is on the Bad Empanada live channel. He didn't put this on the normal channel. Oh, my lord. Oh, dude. Bad Empanada went from bad to good Empanada. Bad Empanada went from Bad Empanada to based Empanada.
Now, trust me, I would pursue legal action against Bad Empanada, whose MO is essentially defamation. He actually fled to Argentina like his Nazi predecessors. And
so, when it comes to Ethan Klein, I don't really like him or dislike him. I really don't have much of an opinion about him at all. He does seem a little peevish. He seems like a peevis with a peevy. A peevis who lost his peevy. But for the asshole kids, all Ethan Klein really had to do is just have that little Tourette syndrome thing. Whatever thing he's got. Where he's got the clicks, he's got the weird clicks, right? Because when you're a middle class kid with loving parents who could afford decent clothes, really anything that was different than them. I had the one guy was talking about, I gotta be Nike. He can't mix fucking Reebok with, if you know anything about like Abercrombie and Fitch, them motherfuckers, their whole goddamn business model was to just be such uppity, haughty-toddy fucking fucks, just kind of look down on everybody and act like everybody was just shit. So it didn't matter. So Ethan Klein to me is kind of like a kid with a stutter. The stutter doesn't bother me. When he's trying to talk, it's like just spit it out. Get out what you're trying to say. Like it's a little bit annoying. But if anything, I guess it kind of makes him endearing because it's like some sort of, challenge that he's got to overcome. And since the asshole kids are going to be fucking shitting on him, well, then he just has to up his game. He's got to be funnier. He's got to be cooler. He's got to be, more knowledgeable, put out more content nukes on all these motherfuckers or, maybe just get on with it, right? Just run for office, become a fucking congressman, have everybody... I'm not for sure exactly what his media strategy would be. But they're asshole kids, so there was nothing that he could really do that could ever, win an asshole fucking... There's nothing he could do to win an asshole over. They're already dead on the inside. Now on Israel, Ethan Klein is just dead wrong about Palestine. He's trying to do, sort of both sides, maybe they're okay, maybe they're okay. And for a long time, and in a way, I guess, I don't know, I'm for a two-state solution ultimately. America's position has been a two-state solution, but we just don't seem to give a fuck when Israel breaks the two-state solution and keep financing them to the billions and 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 billions of dollars. So Israel's a bunch of genocidal motherfuckers. This genocide is so fucking disgusting. It is so fucking wretched. It is so fucking awful. So Ethan Klein, he's wrong on that particular policy. He's not extreme enough. But when it comes to Zionism, when it comes to the genocide, when it comes to the military-industrial complex, it's not Ethan's fault. I mean, he's one peasant, one plebeian, one voter out of 330 million. You got 535 legislators one executive with a cabinet of about 20 or so, 9 SCOTUS, and they got a bunch of staffers as well. So there's about 545 people that you could blame. 550 people, and that's been the case since Truman in 1948. So from 1948, you've had these 550 assholes in our government who just keeps on sucking fucking Israel's butthole without any Vaseline, without a cleansing, without a bidet. And I'm sure Denims and Bad Empanada, I'm sure they got bidets. And then, of course, there's all the Americans who, just flat out agree with the fucking racist, anti-Semitic policy of genocide. If anything, his nervous tick is annoying. It's like, get through it, but basically say your piece. It makes me feel like Ethan's the underdog who should be protected. And I don't like what they've done to his family. Fucking swatting him, calling CPS, trying to fuck his family up, trying to fuck his kids over, trying to wreck his goddamn home. Why? Because he's got a different opinion than you? Because you got some clicks, you started shitting on Ethan Klein and you got a bunch of fucking clicks? You know how irrelevant Ethan Klein is in the whole scheme of the universe? And then what about Sonny? And what about Olive? His kids and his dogs. They don't deserve any of this. So I don't understand Bad Empanada or fucking Denims and the rest of the goddamned assholes. Maybe they've never had diarrhea. Maybe they've never ever sharted out a fart a little too early and a little fluid came out. Maybe they've never had diarrhea a day in their lives. But they certainly got diarrhea of the fucking mouth and giardia of the brain.